nepotism is also in medicine. I was watching a TikTok the other day. It is even in engineering.
It's in everything. So what's the difference in modeling in like fashion and all?
Yes, I think it is way more played out because for public personas, they often get misconstrued as public properties. So we would not have this much hak jatana on somebody who's an engineer or a doctor. But I think when somebody is in entertainment, suddenly everybody's like, I pay your bills. So I will talk smack about you and you can't do anything about it. And what are you going to do about it? Because I've also lived with 8 people while pursuing a tech career in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment for more than 1.5 years. And that's where you humble down and you hustle. And that's what basically puts fire in your ass.
Testing 1, 2, 3. You're tuned in to Up and Coming, the pod where we discuss everything that is up and coming with your girl, Kiran Fatima.
Welcome to Up and Coming. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for calling. It was an amazing news when I heard that you have started a podcast because I've always told you have such a good, strong personality and women like you need to be heard. Not only because we need strong, intelligent, desi women to be spearheading this sort of conversation where you're going to be discussing issues about personal life, professional life, yada, yada, yada. But also you have like a very goofy personality.
Thank you.
And I hope this podcast say people can get to know the other side of you, which is...
I feel, because honestly I think they will, because most of the podcasts I'm like, and I feel like in this one I'm going to be like a bit more, like what's going on.
But you have a cool personality, so there's no reason for you to be like playing on the back foot.
No, same. And honestly, your podcast made me want to start a podcast, and I'm like, I need to get my shit It's a thing when you see other people living the dream you want, and you're like, shit, what the hell?
But either you can get jealous or you can get inspired.
Exactly. And what does jealousy do?
Nothing. It just makes you ugly.
And it makes you a very bitter person.
Makes you want to go to a dermatologist even often.
More. Right. So I know you don't want to do much of an introduction of yourself, but I just think your credentials are everything. I just don't want to ask you more because I feel like there's so much I don't know about you.
Right.
You're in fashion. You're walking the runways. You're also a corporate baddie. Are we still using that word?
We're still using that word.
Okay,
make that happen.
Yeah, and then you're like a homeowner. You're like a what else? I don't know. It's a big thing out here. A lot of people homeowner.
Okay, we're still flexing about it, but yes, fashion. So I started off to introduce myself in the entertainment industry. It just sounds like I'm giving an intro to a port. No. I started off as a fashion guy.
You know what? They make it though. They make it.
Sunny Leone, she'd be taking some coins.
Honestly, props.
Making some coins.
Her career progression. Even Mia Khalifa.
Make the coins. She was in a runway fashion show, Kenzo or something.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Kenzo called her as the face of fashion, and everybody's like hollering after like 15 years till like, why Mia Khalifa sitting in the front row? Like, why not?
You know Mia Khalifa is from Maryland. She went to the same high school as my friend. She's our age.
Damn, I had no idea.
She's our age.
Oh, she did something back then. But I know I think it was called her daddy or...
No, it was the Emirata one.
Oh, it's like I remember hearing a podcast where she goes over how she made that decision because she was not even intending for it and she tried it and something so insignificant where they promised her is not gonna go out or beyond or become big actually became like viral.
Oh, I didn't even...
And then she couldn't keep up with it and her entire family ostracized her friends ostracized her and how she lived in
I mean, this kind of town
worst relationships.
Personally just ostracizes everyone.
And the fact that now she's opening up in the last 3-4 years, I'm like, go you. More power to you.
And then she also talks about, I mean, again, this is not about Mia Khalifa, so we're going to move on. But she also talks about how so many people...
This is going to be us. We're going to talk about something else. We're going to pop off on a separate
I know, but we have to go back to you in the entertainment industry. Yeah. But how she was getting used by all these people. Did you have a similar experience, by the way?
Influential man. Not getting used, knock on the wood, but I would say yes, you are given a lot of lucrative offers to get into borderline escorting. See, that is a reality, and I've also voiced about it back in 2010.
We had a conversation about this one.
Right, and it is very normalized, but the thing for me which doesn't make it normal is these offers are opened up to young kids because according to runway modeling, 24, you should be retired. You're ancient, you're archaic, you're not even old.
Oh my God.
Unless you made it, and the mated standard is pretty high. You should be...
Is it like the GGs and the Kendalls?
It's the GGs and the Kendalls, and that's also partially stemming into nepotism in fashion industry. But other than that, I would say booking all the major jobs all throughout the globe. So the barometer is pretty high.
But what's your take on nepo babies?
It's cool. Nepo babies will always exist, regardless you like
They
it or
will
not.
always exist.
Nepotism is also in medicine. I was watching a TikTok the other day. It is even in engineering.
It's in everything.
And you're like, how would somebody just get somebody into engineering? Yes, you would have to do those preliminary degrees and everything. But when it comes to, I don't know much about medicine, but like, I think there's this brief period where you would have to work under shadowing a doctor or something of that sort. That becomes easy with the most influential doctors. Your parents can have contacts. In engineering, you can have the insights. I firsthand know people in my extended family that through nepotism have got into big tech companies.
Literally.
And their interviews got cleared.
And I should have asked my sister this, but I also heard if your husband has residency somewhere, even as a wife, you probably have a higher chance of getting it there.
Right.
So what's the difference in modeling and like fashion and all?
Yes, I think it is way more played out because for public personas, they often get misconstrued as public properties. So we would not have this much hak jatana on somebody who's an engineer or a doctor. But I think when somebody is in entertainment, suddenly everybody's like, I pay your bills. So I will talk smack about you and you can't do anything about it. And what are you going to do about it? Like, ban this, ban that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that we're now talking about Me Too movement, which was remarkable.
And we might as well just,
this is going to be basically, guys, this is how it's going to go. Like, we're going to talk about everything.
There's no agenda.
Yeah.
But everything's the agenda.
Everything is the agenda.
Yeah.
Period.
Wait, so you were saying you're in modeling, and then after 24, what, escorting is the only thing you can do? Or like,
No, like not the only thing. Jeez. But you do. Jeez.
Like that's the career path, except for like the Mias and stuff who became Kenzo.
And I don't judge how you get the bread on your platter. Like, that's your hustle, babe. So you do you, boo, because I've actually firsthand seen people, like young boys and girls coming from Colombia, Brazil, and all of these states. They're beautiful to look at, godly.
Extremely talented, probably.
But they come from poverty. And for them, they don't have an option. They're all, so we have H-1B work visas in tech. They similarly have H-1B in entertainment as well. So it's very hard to get an H-1B fashion visa for modeling or acting. And once you get it, you have to be creme de la creme. And for you to sustain that visa, you would have to be consistently doing job. Now, fashion weeks and print commercial modeling, there's so much surplus of models now in the last 10 years.
Really?
That the jobs are only limited. So how do you sustain and live in New York or Miami, which are the fashion capitals? Because you have to be there for casting, and it'll be a separate discussion.
And we heard these girls like in like 10 girls in like a small cramming apartment, and they're like, we were going to castings all the time.
Which is fine because I've also lived with 8 people while pursuing a tech career in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment for more than 1.5 years. And that's where you humble down and you hustle, and that's what basically puts fire in your ass to get on and get a mansion, which I still don't have, but I'm aspiring.
Homeowner.
Always try to like subtly slide it in.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm so proud of you. Like, hello, like that's a big one. We have a roof on our head.
At least we are not papa ki paris, daddy's home. And we're doing something about it. We're not there. Actually, I've seen folks who are like in their end of 30s, hitting 40s, and still staying in their parents' home. Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
As long as you're like helping your parents, or you're being a productive, contributing member of the household, but not the one that is just squatting in the basement and doing nothing about it.
But I feel like sometimes, I think parents. Okay, this is whatever. It's my take. I think sometimes parents like it. Like, especially the moms, like, hamara beta hamare saath reh rahe, like, that's fine. That's fine. Like,
but that's Desi household. But that's every Desi household.
Did you hear about that Virginia family?
What,
on Instagram, where basically they got sued. Mom's 80 years old. The other kids are like 48, 50. They got a bahu from Pakistan. For 13 years, they made her do everything, took her passport, took her visa, everything, and now she sued them and they're going to jail. It's basically domestic slavery.
Oh. Pop off queen. Who is that girl?
Yeah, I don't know. She's from Virginia. I just saw it yesterday on Instagram. Okay. But I feel like that's like that mom. I mean, whatever. I'm not talking about that family, but they in Desi households, like you said,
it's very normal.
It's very normal.
Bahu is a glorified Naukrani.
Yeah,
and especially somebody that is coming from back home. The fact that you're going to get a green card, you are a glorified Naukrani. Like, you're expected to do these things, and the fact that you don't is like, who do you think you are?
And I heard the mother-in-law's like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, uska aur kya kaam tha yahan pe?
But this is again can stem into another thing of toxic maternal traumas that keep passing from generation to generation, and how it is so sad to see a bahu once that was going through all of this, atrocities that was put upon her by her sasara or whatever, will complain consistently for 20 years until she bears a son, and the son is the age of getting married, and then she sits up on the cart with her legs folded and repeats the same trauma again with the brand new bahu, instead of stopping that generational trauma and say, I went through this shit and it is now my responsibility to stop it for you.
But some people do. But then, do you ever think of your mom as a bahu?
She is, but she's also like very assertive about. One good thing about my mother and my sister is they're very strong, independent women, and not the ones that are like raising and blaring the flag of feminism. They're
Yeah.
actually implementing that strength. And strength is not छोटे कपड़े पहनो, बाहर को drink करो,
liberals,
घूमने जाओ. Like there are different definitions and can get a little argumentative. But I think having a conservative mindset, no, a conservative lifestyle, but a liberal mindset, and I think that's what defines.
Can I play devil's advocate? Every time a guy says, "But my mom's not like this," red flag. I'm like, come on, I'm gonna show. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could marry that guy and show him, be like, I'm the Khatni. Like you're every. For
Let me just ruin your life for the heck of it.
just for the heck, just to prove a point. It's a Scorpio in me, yeah. Just to be like, here you go, let me show you your mom wasn't that great. Because I feel like as a girl, I mean, I could be wrong again, but I will hold my mom and my dad to where they're right, where they're wrong. They're not the most amazing
It is
people.
our responsibility after some age. Like they knew the best they did. Even how they जैसे उन्होंने हमें पाल पोस के बड़ा करा है, जितना उनको उनके माँ बाप ने और सोसाइटी ने और किताबों ने और पिक्चरों ने दिखाया था, उनने अपना बेस्ट किया और हमें पाल पोस के बड़ा किया. अब तुम अंग्रेजी में सीख के वेस्ट में आके बोलो कि oh my god, generational trauma, so much to this, give me anxiety. And you play a victim, like that's one path, or the other path is being like, okay, see them as adults, like not mummy papa, but in my case Sunita and Vinay. Sunita Vinay ने जितना कर सकते थे जवानी में 21 साल में शादी करी, भाई 21 में शादी होके 22-23 में बच्चे हो रहे हैं. They're still kids. They were also figuring it out. Kids.
I always think of like my mom. I'm like, when you were 30, Shaheen and Hayat, you had 3 kids at my age.
Yeah.
We are not the same. Like we're not even living the same lives.
My sister had an 8-year-old at this age where I am. She got married, like not forcefully. It was her love marriage, 21, and then 22 she was bearing the shotgun happened right across the street in Prince William Hospital.
Whoa! Shout out to Prince William.
Shout out to Prince William. Everybody's there. And also, let me suddenly put it there. Right across the street, I used to work at Rochelle Pizza, so this is a very cool state.
Yeah, $7.99, right? Inflation?
Like,
Little Caesars is not $5 anymore. It's $8.99.
I was not talking about the price of pizza. I was talking about my wage.
Oh!
Yeah.
An hour.
Yeah.